Welcome everyone to our Monday night shiur. Thank you for joining us. We very much appreciate it. Our shiur is sponsored once again by the Shimono family, and for being constant sponsors to Torah and mitzvot and maasim tovim. It's a big zechut. Whoever wants to join, they can also join. And of course, did you see the Birkat Harav over there? Listen, we can do the same over here. But so Hashem should bless Israel ben Leah, his wife Michal bat Chana, the kids Yosef Chaim, Abigail Tamar, Elisheva Chana, Sarah Rivka bat Bnei Michal. They should be blessed with Torah, mitzvot, maasim tovim, constant Torah, constant hatzlacha v'yishot gedolot. V'chein yasum v'nomar. Amen. Tonight, we have a couple of things on our plate to discuss. We don't have that much time because we have to do Sha'arei Orah. But we all know we started our weeks of Shovavim. Shovavim is Rashi Tevot. Shi, Vav, Bet, Yud, Mem, Shemot, Va'era, Bo, B'Shalach, Yitro, Mishpatim. But this year we have Shovavim Tat. What is Shovavim Tat? Tat is 2 extra weeks, which is Teruma Tetzaveh, which is more special because Teruma Tetzaveh talks about the making of the Mishkan and Avodat of the Kohen Gadol. Therefore, those weeks are even more, is the Tikkun basically. It's even more the Tikkun for the Pegam Yemei Neorim. Now, before we're going to start, our shiur today is also a Hilula of Rabbi Salman Mutzafi. He was the main student of Rabbi Yehuda. You see this book over here, it's called Siftei Tzadikim. I brought my old book. This is my old one. The newer version came out. This book I bought maybe 12 years ago. I was walking around Gift World. When I don't get a ride to Brooklyn, so I just go to hunt in the local stores. And suddenly I see a treasure over there, Siftei Tzadikim by Rabbi Salman. What is Rabbi Salman Mutzafi doing in Main Street over here? And, I don't know how many times I used this sefer over here, but this sefer has been used and abused, Baruch Hashem. You can see it's already, he needs surgery. So this is one of the Sfarim that he wrote. We're going to speak about him tonight. Rabbi Salman Mutzafi, just to tell you one thing about him, his Rebbe, he was the student of Rabbi Yehuda. You hear over there, guys in the back? He was the student of Rabbi Yehuda. When Rabbi Yehuda was sick, he told Hashem, I don't remember the exact amount he said, I think it was 10 years. He said, I give my Rebbe 10 years of my life.
Oh, his own life.
I give my Rebbe, Rabbi Yehuda was his Rebbe. Rabbi Yehuda made his wedding. He made his wedding and they also learned together Etz Chaim. And they wrote a Pirush, Beit Leshem Yehuda, that he was one of the students learning them together. He made Aliyah before his Rebbe.
We'll make all of it.
We will. He made Aliyah before his Rebbe, and he loved Eretz Yisrael. His daughter's name was Rachel. By Sfaradim, we say it's not good to name your daughter Rachel. Why is that? Because Rachel in Leah denotes darkness. Leah means Laila. That means night. And somebody names their kid Laila. Like, how dark you want to get. But Rachel means a sheep. You know what I mean? You don't want to be a sheep.
In the night. So therefore, we Sfaradim. But Rabbi Salman Mutzafi said, "What do you mean you're not gonna name your daughter after the matriarch of the Jewish people, Rachel? Rachel Imenu, Rachel Mevakal Banea." I'm gonna read you guys tonight what he wrote to say on his kever. On his kever, you guys are it's just amazing things that a rabbi in our generation could write such things about himself. His if you want to light a candle tonight, you should. Rabbi Salman ben Frecha. Frecha. Rabbi Salman ben Frecha, that was his mother's name. His son is one of the biggest tzaddikim today of the Am Yisrael, Ben Zion Mutzafi. His brother, Rabbi Yehuda Mutzafi, he was called Rav Shofarot. He had like 3,000 shofars. He used to collect shofars from different events, like the shofar that You know that famous picture that they blew by the Kotel HaMaravi in the 67 war? Yeah. He had that shofar. He had like all these weird, in the concentration camps, they built a shofar. His brother, thank you, used to collect all these shofars. He's called Rav Shofarot. And he was very close to Rav Mordechai. He passed away like a couple of years ago, 5 years ago, I think. Rav Yehuda Mutzafi, Zecher Tzadik Adosh Livracha. His brother, Rav Ben-Shon Mutzafi, is considered one of the biggest Sephardic poskim today. Rav Ben-Shon Mutzafi gets literally maybe 5,000 every shiur on YouTube. He's not like he's speaking some kind of, this guy is chazak meod. A lot of my shiurim, I hear him, and he has a lot of midrashim, a lot of halacha. He's very kitzoni, he's very extreme, but at the same time, we have to understand that our avodat Hashem has to be extreme in some way. If you're not gonna habituate yourself to be extreme, then you're gonna fall off the bandwagon. That's a fact. In avodat Hashem, you must be extreme. There's no other way to put it. So today is his yortzeit, and I'll tell you something special, guys. Every year I miss his yortzeit. Every year. And the crazy thing is, when I go to Eretz Yisrael, I always make sure to stop by his kever. Now, his kever is not like any other kever. He made sure that nobody should build an ohel on top of his kever. You go over there, it just says Salman ben Fercha. No other words on his kever. It's so hard to find his kever, and every time I go to Eretz Yisrael, I always make sure to find it. I think one time we went together, me, you, and we had another friend. In the middle of the night, we went to see his kever. But I always make sure, and I always miss his yortzeit every year. And today I was feeling really down. I had something happening to me, and I was in a bit of a situation, melancholy, as they say. And suddenly, at that moment, boom! I get a text message. Tonight is the yortzeit of Rabbi Salman from somebody that I haven't talking to in a very long time. He sends me the text, and suddenly my whole demeanor changed. I'll tell you even more than that. I was gonna cancel tonight's shiur. To that extent, I didn't want to give a shiur. I'm like, listen, I need a day or two to myself. And suddenly, boom! It got me in such a mood that not only did I give a shiur, I got sponsors in the last second. It was for me a very big moment, because this tzaddik over here, if you know what he did over here in this sefer, he took all the kivrei tzaddikim, he made special tefillot to say in every kever of a tzaddik, and he wrote over here in this sefer. When I first got married, I asked the Kadosh Baruch Hu, I said, Hashem, give me a sign that if I can go to the kever of a tzaddik, but if I light a candle for him, and I daven by the candle, it's as if I'm by the kever. Give me a sign that works. And the book came to my hand, and I opened up the sefer. Right in the introductions is over there of Salman Mutzafi writes, even if you can't go to the kever of a tzaddik, but you light a candle in his memory, and you daven over there, you make hakaf, mamash like you're over there, it's as if you're by the kever. And this, that moment that I davened, that's when I got the sefer, and that's what it said over there. When I went to Lag BaOmer to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, by the way, in Israel today they made a new enactment that they're going to close down Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's kever for Lag BaOmer. They're going to open it up very limited over there. You have to understand, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's kever is the most visited kever in the world. On Lag BaOmer, it gets close to 300,000 people. 300,000 people. You understand? And the guy over there that's in charge, Meir Kahana, Shem Rishayim Yerkav, he said, say Amen. Amen. He said over there that he's going to close down for the safety of the public, for the safety of the people. Yeah, but no safety of the people. But it says over there, the zechut, the tzaddikim, you need a zechut to get to the tzaddik. But not only in death, also if in death you need a zechut, Kal v'chomer in life, how much zechut you need to be mekar to the tzaddik. I'll tell you a small story that happened to Rav Salman Mutzafi, Rav Yehuda Ftayeh. Rav Salman Mutzafi, Iraqi, they're all Iraqis. Bavliim, Iraqi, Mutzafi. So he was once learning with his Rebbe Etz HaChaim. You know, Etz HaChaim is the sefer of the Arya Kadosh. He didn't write it. His student, Rabbi Chaim Vital, put it together, but he didn't finish it. There was a rabbi, it was I think Ashkenazi, Rav Meir Papirash. Does it sound Ashkenazi? Papirash. What do you think?
That doesn't sound.
Doesn't sound Ashkenazi? Italian. Something
sounds
Italian.
Like the
Balkans.
Italian.
Yeah. So Meir Papirash, he came together and he put together all the Etzachai, all those red books over there you see, he put that together. Rav Meir Papir, Zechutei Yagen Aleinu, Amen. So Rav Meir Papir put the Sefarim together, and so one day they were learning the Etzachai, and Rav Salman Mutzafi tells his Rebbe, look how they used to love their Rebbes. Rav Salman Mutzafi tells his Rebbe, Udaftayeh, he said to his Rebbe, how do you give a perush, an explanation to the Etz HaChaim of the Ari HaKadosh, but I have a book over here that says that you're wrong. The rabbi, the big Rishonim, says that you're wrong. You know what his Rebbe told him? He told him, let me teach you a klal when it comes to learning. The book, no matter how amazing the author was, it's an inanimate object. I'm an animate. I'm a medaber. I'm a human. When it comes to a human in a book, the human takes precedence over the book, and that's the klal. When you learn by somebody, no matter how many poskim you could read, but your Rebbe gives you a derech, gives you a way. You have to follow the derech, because you can't ask a question on svara. A lot of things in Torah is svara. It's logic. Like, what's the logic behind this? But your Rebbe gives you a derech. The derech and halacha and psika, when you learn psak halacha, it's very important. So if your Rebbe teaches you a psak halacha, for example, use the psak, even when it comes to bracha levatala, if the Ari says to say the bracha, you have to say that. But how? You're saying Hashem's name in vain. But the Ari said it's the way I'm paskin halacha. You have to follow the Rebbe's way. If you don't, find yourself a different Rebbe. Find yourself a Rebbe that fits you. You're not going to find it too. So therefore, that's Rabbi Udaftayeh taught his student that klalei psika, that you have to follow your Rebbe over a book. If your Rebbe says something, the derech, it's a derech, it's a way. Tonight also we're going to touch upon the 4 Yichudim of Tefilah, Tzitzit, Tefillin, and Shema. What do I mean by that? So we have Shovavim tonight. We have Rav Salman Mutzafi, Zichotei Yagelenu, Amen. And we have also the 4 Yichudim of Tefilah. I'm going to teach you guys something tonight, because you see, we're talking about Shovavim, but the problems with Shovavim, and many people you'll hear, they're living in a fantasy. What's the fantasy? Something that I figure out after I'm light years ahead of them. Why? They just started doing all these things. I've been doing it. I've been doing these things. And I realized something. If the Torah doesn't change you, then you're not doing the Torah. If you're just going through the motions and you're the same person, it didn't change you. If you don't find yourself growing, you need a different person to water your plants. It's just a fact. You need to grow. If you don't grow, it's an issue. So you have people doing ta'aniyot, sigufim, tzedakah, they give tzedakah, they fast, but they don't change as a person. So what's the point? If you're doing ta'anit shovavim, ta'anit, even for 40 days, this year, 2 weeks extra, but you didn't change as a person, you're still the same, then what did it help you? What did you grow? What did you gain? You're the same person. The ta'anit has to help you. You can't see the ta'anit, the fast, as a way out, as a loophole. Rav Salman Mutzafi, in this book, Yesod Zion, one time Baal Tshuva came to him and he said, Rebbe, I want to do tikkun of Shovavim. He saw the guy doesn't even keep Shabbat correctly. He says, come here. Let me give you a tikkun of Shovavim. Let me teach you Hilchot Shabbat. Let me teach you what's an letilat yadayim. What's a bracha? You understand? Tzniut. Tzniut for, there's tzniut, we talked about it in Motzei Shabbos, whoever was here. Tzniut for, between a husband and wife in the bedroom. There's halachot of tzniut. Siman reish mem and orachayim. Every married man has to learn that siman. Yeah, it's archaic, Rabbi. What do you mean that's archaic? The Torah is archaic. It's ancient. It's something that was written for guys that were walking. But whenever you need a schut, what do you say? Abraham, Yitzhak. No, it's archaic. Why are you mentioning them? They're archaic. Once upon a time, it was guys walking in a glima, and they were meditating as they walk. Yichudim, they were. What do you mean? It's not archaic. I'll show you people today that are doing these things. They're living a life. I'll tell you something in the name of Salman Mutzafi. I'm trying to connect all the 3 things together. Salman Mutzafi wouldn't sit sandak for a person that he knew, a kid that wasn't born b'tahara. Now sandak, sandak. Bukharians over here, they break families over sandak. You understand? What's sandak? Where is it even written, this whole idea of sandak? Not in the Gemara. It's written in the Shulchan Aruch. He says, Leshevet Kisei Eliyahu Hanavi. It's the Rama, the Rav Moshe Isser, the Ashkenazi. He says it's called sandakus. What's sandakus? First of all, it's a Greek word. Sandakus means the birkai. It means the lap. So they used to put the baby on the lap. Now, the Zohar says it's a tikkun abrit. So whoever gets a sandak during Shovavim, it's an even bigger power. It's like 10 times 10 times
wow.
on whoever gets
but
you didn't get sandak. So what are you saying whoa for? So whoever you almost got it.
No, I'm close to the guy that got it.
Yo, you were close though. You were touching him. You were like, give me some of that. So whoever gets a sandak during Shovavim, and whoever is a mohel, forget about it. He's even more.
Yeah, Robert Kroll did today.
So he's even higher than the sandak, the mohel. Why? What's a mohel doing? He's opening the chasadim. He's opening the kedusha. He's opening the chesed. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, but Rav Salman Mutzafi wouldn't sit sandak for a kid that he knew that their parents don't keep Torah Mishpacha.
He knew by looking at the kid?
He knew. I don't know how he knew. What do you think? I was there. He knew what? He made the research. He was the Shabak. How do I know what he knew over there? FBI. But he knew. And he wouldn't sit. How, Rebbe, you're getting over such an opportunity. No, I'm not going to sit. The child is born through a nida. I'm not going to sit. I will teach the parents what it means to keep a hot nida, but I'm not going to sit sandak. Why? If I believe in an ideology, you're going to change in your life. You remember, we learn a lot of Shar Yichudimin here in this in our place Leshem over here. I'm going to teach you a secret that I figured out after many years of learning. How do you know that you're gaining in your neshama? When you feel that you want to do more stringent things for Hashem Midrach, you want to serve Him more, but not only you serve Him for a week, you do it and you keep it forever. You're consistent. I'm going to tell you a secret right now, guys, that I figured out not long ago. A lot of bracha comes from this. Whoever prays shacharit with a minyan every day, he's going to see a lot of bracha in his life. And I'll give you a proof. I don't have the sefer next to me. Chok Yisrael, you know. In Chok Yisrael, I know I try to always make this last Sephardic minyan because I got to take my kids to school. Doesn't mean I'm going to miss minyan. So I try to make the last Sephardi minyan. I'm not going to say where it is or how it is or what they do over there. It doesn't make a difference.
I know what it is.
And so when I go to that minyan, why do I want to make Sephardic minyan? Because they have Birkat Kohanim. If you guys knew what's going on in Birkat Kohanim, Ribboinai Shel, not Ribboinai Shel Olam. Stuff is happening over there that you don't want to miss. When I do Birkat Kohanim, I stand right there in the center. Give that shefa. Give it to me.
The Chazan doesn't do anything when he does it himself?
The Chazan, it's a different power. Because the Kohen is a vessel of Chesed. He has the power to bring that down. Yeah, the Chazan says something. Say there, no? The Gra, I was learning with somebody on Sunday. The Gra said, I don't remember all three enactments. The Gra said, if I had the power, I would break 3 bad minhagim of the Ashkenazim. I only remember 2 of them. Number 1, he said, I would make sure, maybe you're going to remind me. He said over there, I would make sure all the Ashkenazim make Birkat Kohanim every day. Alright, Sanfel. I'm sure they eat it in secret. Second thing, of course they say tachanun. Second thing, what did he say? Or so. Instead of the children. What's going on here? Atomic bombs. No. He said, I'm going to cancel Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom. Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom, you guys all know what that is. I'm not going to explain, right? I would cancel it.
I like that.
I don't have the power to do it. I'm just one. And he's the Gra. Right? So he said, there was a third one, I don't remember what it was. But these 2, he said, I would cancel. Till today in Yerushalayim, if you go daven by Ashkenazim in Yerushalayim, they do Birkat Kohanim. Because the Talmidei HaGra, they got their They got there first, and they enacted by their Rebbe to say Birkat Kohanim. I'm telling you guys right now, emet, la'amitut ha'inyan. It's worth it to go to work late to make shacharit in the morning. It's worth it. And I learned with you guys Masechet Gehinom. Remember I learned with you guys? And we said over there that if a person has a shul in his vicinity and he doesn't go to shul, HaKadosh Baruch Hu asks, where is he? Madua bati ve'en oneh.
In traffic.
How come I come to shul and nobody's here? HaKadosh Baruch Hu, yeah, you don't remember. You don't remember. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants you to come to Bet HaKnesset. Now I'm telling you even something more than that. It's a sigula for Parnasat Tova, Gabriel. To get Parnasa, if you're gonna take off your tefillin, whoever goes to shul. Now I'm talking about the guys who go to shul. To take off your tefillin, not after Ashrei, not after the Sefer Torah, after Aleinu L'Shabeach. How is that for Ta'aniyot, the Sigufim? And by the way, I'm the one who's doing them, so I want you guys to come, but I'm still telling you. I remember when I was single and I was speaking to Rav Gamliel Rabinovich over the phone. He's the Rosh Yeshiva of Shara Shamayim in Yerushalayim. It's a Kabbalistic yeshiva, so they made like a thing over there after the breakfast. They get, who wants to speak to the rabbi over the phone? So it was me and a good friend of mine. We went and we spoke, and I said to him, Rebbe, what's a sigula for the tikkun? I thought he was going to say ta'aniyot, sikufim, roll in the snow, put the kerach, jump into the kerach. As you pray shacharit minyan every day? I was back then. I'm like, get out of here. You're not mikubal. Now I say, wow, that's a mikubal. Why? Who knows how many more mitzvot a person makes in shacharit if it was a minyan than he does if he wouldn't?
Sefer Torah.
Over 20,000 more mitzvot a day.
Wow.
A day.
Answering amen.
Just answering amen in the kadishes. Praying with everybody, you connecting with older tefillot. Baruch Baruch Shemo, Baruch Hashem Mevorach. Mondays and Thursdays Sefer Torahs.
39 Shiguz of Hashem.
39 Shiguz of Hashem. How many? That's the tikkun of the tikkunim.
Yeah, you guys not ready, man.
We're all ready. So therefore, look how. And you say you want a sigula. What's it? I'm telling you the sigula. Yes, you have to fix the. You gotta fix the pipe. It means whatever you broke the pipe, you gotta fix it. By ta'anit, at least a couple of ta'anits in Shovavim. Of course, you must. Tzedakah every single day, you must. But Rabbi Yisai, if you want the shefa to continue, you must daven shachar with a minyan. Why? If you don't daven shachar with a minyan, you're missing the tzaddik. What do you have? Tzaddik. Tzaddik. You want to be a tzaddik? That's 90 amens. 4 kedushas.
4.
Yud 10 kaddish. And mea kuf, which is the most important one. 100 brachot. Now let's make a small math.
How do you have 4 kedushas?
Well, how do you make 4 kedushas? In the kedushas you have 3 just in shacharit. Just in shacharit you have 3 kedushas. If you daven Rabbi Friedman's shul, you could make 20 kedushas for shacharit. Why? There's so many minyanim going on over there. You enter kedusha here, kedusha over there. You understand? But over there, it's a lot. And now you realize Rabbi Friedman and Spinka shul. Oh, you guys know Rabbi Friedman's shul.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, I pay attention. He finishes his minyan. He doesn't leave until the last minyan. He wants to answer all the minyanim. And then he finishes his Tefilah. Always see what he's reading over there. What is he reading? Chok l'Yisrael. That means you could learn Chok l'Yisrael for your whole life, but you got to do Chok l'Yisrael every single day. By the way, our rabbi has been doing Chok l'Yisrael for 30 years. Every single day, Chok l'Yisrael. You got to do a little bit of Chumash, a little bit of Navi, a little bit of Ketuvim, a couple of Psukim, a little bit of Mishnah, a little bit of Gemara, a paragraph of Zohar, and a little bit of Halakha. Chok velo ya'avor. It has to be your 20 minutes of learning Torah a day. See the back of you guys over there where you're sitting on? That's Chok l'Yisrael in English. I bought it for you guys over there.
Pick up a book already.
And I said, picked up that book. Alright? Yeah, so it's what is it? And everything is translated, by the way, over there. Translated. 20 minutes a day. After, leave the tefillin on, The Ben Ish Chai says in Parashat Chaye Sarah, in the Ben Ish Chai says over there, Tefillin. By the way, you want to know a tikkun for also a Brit?
You can do
A
it.
little bit.
How come our married men in our shul doesn't wear tefillin of Rabbeinu Tam? Why are you lazy to wear tefillin of Rabbeinu Tam? According to the Ari, it's a chiyuv. It's a chiyuv, yeah. According to Maran, one of them is a suffix. According to the Ari HaKadosh, it's a chiyuv. You must wear tefillin of Rabbeinu Tam. You must wear it. What's the big deal? For $1,000, I'll find you a sponsor. You have to wear tefillin of Rabbeinu Tam. You hear over there? Lady.
Get married first.
Yeah.
No.
Get a date first.
You gotta get
Get a
married.
date.
No, he has. I'm saying the date of the wedding. He has a date. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's Moshe Rabbeinu's
That's a
cousin.
bit of a message.
Shalom, do you have any stock?
You want to get you? Tell me, you're a lefty or a righty? Regular. You're regular. Say I get you. That's it. Done. You ready?
Yeah, but
Get you tefillin.
I'm not ready.
You have to wear tefillin of Rabbeinu
No,
Tam.
we do it
It's
now.
Ora Chochma. The Ari HaKadosh, your father wears two at the same time.
You
What are you
don't have
looking at him for like that?
You don't have to be married though, right? For the
Huh?
Rabbi in town.
Oh, the second one for
Yeah, he's Mahmi. He's like the Ari HaKadosh.
How can you wear one in Mincha?
He's also
That's something else, Joe. Now, why you letting out the secrets?
I thought that
Why you letting out the secrets, boy? No, it's not. It's Shimush Rabbah.
What did he ask?
Yeah, it doesn't make a
Shalom,
difference.
but it's confused. Your Abba says same time double.
Yeah, no. That, first start with two separately, you understand? You must wear tefillin. I already got for some people in the shul tefillin Rabbeinu Tam. I consider this one of the biggest mitzvot I did in my life.
Thank you very much.
You understand? Because it's Ora Chochma. You want to miss your Ora Chochma? Rashi is Ora Binah.
Can you
I
understand?
look forward to it. I really
Rabbeinu Tam, tell me, get your tefillin every what's $1,100? $1,200 max if you want the super. What's $1,200? You guys, single guys spend more on a bad date. Come on, 2 dinners, get out of here.
Half a jacket.
Half a jacket. Half a jacket.
It's a macaque.
Oh, it's a macaque.
half a jacket, not even
Yeah.
a whole.
It's a macaque.
Tefillin Rabbeinu Tam ze
To smoke steak.
according to Ari HaKadosh ze chiyuv.
Can you wear it without minyan?
What?
Can you just wear it by yourself?
Yeah. You have what does tefillin have to do with a minyan? Now, if you want shefa, bracha, v'atzlacha, you have to make minyan every morning. I won't tell you to do something that I don't do. You understand? Some people do that. I won't tell you to do something. You must make minyan. If you're late, you will make sure to know all the minyan in the area. You're gonna make that kedusha. To answer kadosh, then you're gonna see after 2-3 weeks it's gonna be a part of you. You can't stop. You can't stop. Before you're married, after you're married, it's 2 different things. It's different you and me. Don't tell me no. Now let me teach you guys 4 Yichudim, for Shovavim. I'll give you a small introduction. Give me a napkin over there.
That's a good advertising.
Give me a napkin. Let me wipe this out. Find something.
Only YouTube.
We got it. Soupy soup. Let me teach you guys something over here. Now, this is 4 Yichudim. They're easy Yichudim. You guys see the Sidur? Over here, Awal HaKodesh. You see this? You guys have to get used to using this Sidur.
I love this.
Avodat HaKodesh.
That's what we do.
Now remember,
What page you on there?
63.
63?
I will definitely. I will I did.
the Zohar HaKadosh says that there are 4 constant mitzvot. 4 constant mitzvot. These 4 constant mitzvot must be done every day. There's no missing them. You know? There was one rabbi I wanted to say once upon a time, a Nazir doesn't have to wear tefillin. He has too much chatzitza. Look.
Separation.
Where the Jewish people used to go out to war with tefillin on. Ki Shem Hashem nira alecha ve'yaru mimeka. They used to see Shem Hashem on them. Scared of them.
Is our times the wars or no?
King David.
No, not David. Not David. David HaMelech. David. So we have Atzilut, Beriah, Yitzira, Asiya. There are 4 worlds. The 5th world is Ak, as we know. These 4 worlds are inside every single one of us. They're inside all of us. You have the power to connect them as a Jew by doing mitzvot. But they are Yud, K, Vav, K. Only in Shacharit, for most Jews, do you connect all of them together. Only in Shacharit.
Most Jews.
Because some Jews do it in Mincha too.
Tefilah.
They wear tefillin in Mincha too, right? Some Jews wear tefillin all day. Right? The problem is tefillin. Now, we don't wear tefillin all day. Why? It's not good. Because we're not clean.
Bad thought.
You understand? Bad thoughts, hihurim ra'im. So therefore, we don't wear tefillin all day. But really, back in the day, they used to wear tefillin all day. And the Barkaza, they used to go to the store shopping with tefillin on. They used to eat food with tefillin on. It was a normal thing. By the way, back in the day, they used to wear small tefillins, right? They wouldn't wear big tefillins. It's a new invention, the new tefillins. Why? It should be more kasher, for sure kasher, you know? The small tefillins is writing very small over there. You ever see tefillins from 200 years ago?
They're tiny.
Wow, they're tiny, and they're also not so.
The
shape is not so chazak over
Yeah.
Today, tefillin, you could buy an ink that will last you for a lifetime. But there are inks like that today. Yet today we have technology, Baruch Hashem, for mitzvot, the best. Now, Atzilut, which is the highest, the Yud of Shem Hashem, you're fixing that, or you could mess that up. When you say Shema, Kriyat Shema. Now pay attention, many of us miss Shema on time.
With tefillin, obviously, yeah? With tefillin, obviously.
You have to say it with tefillin. You should say it with tefillin.
Yeah.
Shema, the last time today to say Shema is what, 9:34? 9:34? You have to say Shema with tefillin by 9:34. Must.
Does it make a difference when you say the first
If
time
you
or
don't
second
say Shema by 9:34, you're doing a pegam in the Yud of Shem Hashem. Now that pegam is going to make a reciprocal effect on you. It's going to have an effect on you.
If you don't say it, or you say it after 9:30.
If you say, that's like not saying it.
Oh, if you say it not.
You have to say it after 9:34.
No, before.
If you say it before 9:34, you did the tikkun that day. You did it. You fixed it. But there are ways. Some guys make a nice yud. Some make a bit of a kachmakalut yud. Some make just the kli, the vessel without the light. It depends. What was your kavana that day? Right? It's not just so simple. I did the mitzvah. That's step A. But you have to make Shema by Zman. We're not above Zman. You're not Rav Yechiel Mezolchov. You're not him. So you gotta make Shema by Zman.
So you have Yud in mind when you say Shema?
I didn't even get to that.
Oh, okay.
The Hey, the first Hey of God's name was Bria. That's where our Nishamot come from. It's also called as Kiseh HaKavod. That's your tefillin.
So basically, we are connected with the tefillin.
Your tefillin is, that's called Chayei HaMelech, the life of the king.
With the Shema.
We're making an introduction now. Alright? Yeah, the tefillin is Chayei HaMelech. Now there's 2 tefillins. One is Chokhmah, one is Binah. Chokhmah is Rabbeinu Tam. Binah, which is the minimum. That means the minimum you have to do is called Rashi's. Okay, that's the minimum. That's called Rashi. That's called it. This is Binah. This is Chokhmah. What's higher? Chokhmah is obviously higher. Chokhmah is the positive. Binah is the negative. Chokhmah is the nullification in the human being, the power to nullify himself. Binah is the power of being happiness, of overjoyment. You understand? Also known as Abba and Ima. Who's stronger, Abba and Ima?
Abba.
Who's stronger?
Abba.
Depends which house you're talking about. But in general, if a robber comes home, even the strongest Ima is going to hide behind the Abba, right? But at the same time, the baby needs the Ima, right? Baby needs Ima. So Ima is the minimal koah. Bina. You need Bina. You need to have simcha b'Torah. You can't live a Torah life without simcha. right? That's the minimum, by the way. That's not the maximum. That means simcha is just the beginning of your journey. You understand? The highest level is chokhmah. Chokhmah is shtika. Lo matzati laguf tov ela shtika. Siag lechokhmah shtika. That means the power not to talk, not to litparetz. Yeah, that's higher than bina. The power to control yourself, right? What's a stronger tzaddik? Tzaddik that doesn't show himself.
Right.
It's only he knows what he's doing, right? It says by Rabbi Yehuda Bar Ilai, Rabbi Akiva's Rabbi Akiva's student, Rabbi Yehuda Bar Ilai, that he was chacham. He was a chacham whenever he wanted to be. What does that mean? That means he wasn't a chacham sometimes? No. When Rabbi Yehuda Bar Ilai had total control over his emotions. When he wanted to be happy, he could make himself happy. He needed to dance, he'll dance. He needed to be sad, he'll make himself sad. Total control. That's what chokhmah is. That's Tefillah Rabbeinu Tam. By the way, chokhmah in general is Torah. Bina is Tefilah. Chokhmah is Le'ah. Bina is Rachel. Okay? So you gotta connect the two of them together. That's why with your Tefillin of Rabbeinu Tam, you should have to learn some Torah with it. You can't just daven with it. You have to learn a little bit of Torah. 1 minute, 2 minutes.
End of it.
At the end, obviously. After you're done davening, you have to learn a little bit. Open up a chumash, read some. You gotta do something with it.
Tefillah itself has mishnayot. It has
Only if you understand. Mishnah Brura, Siman Nun. Only if you understand what you're saying. You understand Ezel Mekuman? No. So therefore, you have to learn to open up a sefer. You should learn 5-6 minutes. You gotta learn something with your Tefillin of Rabbeinu Tam.
What if you do it with Rashi? You learn with Rashi.
No. Rashi is Tefilah. There's no shaykhus with Rashi. I'm not gonna say there's no shaykhus, but it's not its aspect.
It's not connected to it.
Yeah, it's Tefilah. Rashi is Tefilah. Understand what I'm saying? Let's continue. What is the vav? Oh, what's the brit milah? That's the vav. That is your tzitzit.
Which one?
Tzitzit gadol. When you get married, your wife buys you a tzitzit gadol. That's when you really reach tikkun habrit. Before that, anything you do is not tikkun habrit. Leshem shamayim. So before you get married, nothing you really do is tikkun habrit. The real tikkun habrit is marriage.
Even if you use everything.
Even if you fasted from your day of your birth until you got married, the real tikkun habrit is marriage. Only. It's the first mitzvah in the Torah. Peru Urvua, you need to get married. Mm-hmm. The kritmachs are the top of the klipa. Why? They're priests, they don't get married. Avi avot hatuma. Avi avot hatuma. You understand? Let's not talk about what they like. So the tzitzit is your brit, is your Yosef. That's your tzitzit gadol. Now, but your main avodah, says the Ari, is not these three. The main avodah is the last one. The last hey. That's the Shekhinah, God's presence.
That's the kavana.
That's the hardest part. Tefilah. Shmona Yisrael specifically. Tefilah is the hardest avodah. That's why Ha'olam omed ashlosha devarim. Torah, avodah, v'gimilut chasadim. What's avodah? Says the Gemara.
Nowadays.
No, all the days. What's avodah?
Pray.
Avodah shebalev. What's avodah shebalev? Zot tefilah. Where in the Torah does it say that you have to pray? Does it say v'titpalelu el Hashem? What does it say in the Torah?
That doesn't say that.
Bo ta'avodu. Serve Hashem.
Wait, which parsha is this?
Parashat, I think, either Ekev or Ve'et Hanan. It's at the end of the Torah. Serve Hashem. How do you serve Him? Tefilah. Now, a lot of times we mess up on these 4 constant mitzvot, and they have reciprocal effects on us that makes us bayot. So we need, and before you go to sleep, where's my book about Kodesh? If whoever has the book on him, turn really quick to page in Kriyat Shema Lamita, page 419. 419. On page 419, there is a special vidui, and Ana you say before you go to sleep. Do you know what this vidui is based on? I'm sorry, Hashem, that I messed up on Shema, Tefillin, Tzitzit, and Tefillah.
Really?
That's what these four
It says
things.
that you should say it after.
But it says
Huh?
It says that you should say it
Aleph,
after.
Dalet, Nun, Hey.
This?
The vidui.
No, this is before midnight, John.
No, but they say that if you say the Shema after midnight, according to them,
Okay.
you should say the vidui.
No.
So you should say even though you
Of
want
course, you must say this vidui. This special vidui is to fix these four avir.
Why is it an avera?
Huh?
Wait,
That's a different vidui.
why is it an avera though?
Oh, because they're constant. When you miss, it's like you're missing oxygen. These four mitzvot are your oxygen. Now I'm gonna tell you four Yichudim. With these mitzvot represent Atzilut, Beriah, Yetzirah, Asiyah. Which in other words is your Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, and Chaya. Yechida nobody reached. That's in short, Nar Nechi. If you're missing these four mitzvot,
Asiyah is the highest.
you didn't even begin your tikkun yet.
Asiyah is the highest?
The lowest.
Oh, so Atzilut is the...
Asya. It's the lowest.
Atzilut is the highest.
It's the hardest to fix too.
Which one?
Asya.
What
Because
is
it's
what?
physical,
Can
it's
you
a
tell me what is
physical
what?
world.
Asiyah is what?
Asya is the physical world.
The world we live in.
Touch
Okay.
the guy next to you. That's Asya.
Okay.
Okay, it's the physicality. That's Earth, planet Earth.
Not Narnia.
Not that. That's the klipa. The Yitzirah is the Olam Hamala, Shari Kedusha. There you see, where is he? See? Shari Kedusha. That's the world of Malachim. That's above the galaxies, by the way. It's past the
Tell me
galaxy.
the 288 sparks.
Where did you jump to
I know,
288
but I
sparks?
just-
Where are we? Where is 288 sparks? Where are we? Where is 288?
Every single one of
No,
them.
because you mentioned these four
In
other-
every single one of them has 288
That's
stars.
Every step a Jew takes, he's picking up 288 sparks.
No, but in these also.
All of the
Or
worlds.
just
Kanyesh? No.
Yeah.
Kanyesh?
Aren't you
28. You want to go to 288
Russian
sparks
too.
right now? Maybe we'll do the next year on 288 sparks. Malachim is Yetzirah.
Okay.
Olam HaBriah is Kisei HaKavod.
Not physical.
Also known as Olam HaNeshamot. Okay? Olam HaAtzilut is Olam HaSfirot.
But those four are Sfirot. No, that's Keter Yisod Malchut.
These worlds are the Hechalot
To the Sfirot.
to the Sfirot. That means what you do with Tefillin, Tzitzit, and Tefilah is only a preparation to your Shema Yisrael. Because what happens in Shema Yisrael?
Zivug.
Not just Zivug. It's the only mitzvah that's going to be our zechut for the Biyat Mashiach Tzidkenu. The fact that we Jewish people give over our life to Shema Yisrael, Hashem, Elokeinu, Hashem, even though Tefilah is after Shema, even though, but it's all a preparation for Shema.
But you say when Tefillah, the Shmoneh is the highest, no?
No, it's the lowest.
Shema is the highest. you don't
Shema
say?
is the highest. Atzilut. Now,
It's the
let's
first
learn. Let's do one Yichud. I think it's very heavy what we've been learning right now. Let's do one Yichud. How do I fix what I messed up? What kavanah can I make to fix what I messed up in my previous tzitzit, tefillah, tefillin, and shema? Which guys you want to do?
Shema.
Which one? Shema. Shema is the hardest one. I think it's the easiest one. Let's do Shema.
What, the board is so...
Everybody has a tefillin on. Everybody has a tzitzit on.
So we said Shema is the highest. World is the Yud of God's name. Alright?
Yeah.
Everybody wants Atzilut. Not everybody gets to the front
row?
row.
Wait, you didn't say what it was, the last one. What is that, Silu?
You still asking on the last one. You have something with the world of Asiya over here, huh? You like the physical, huh? You like to feel something, huh?
Schnitzel.
It's the
Schnitzel.
schnitzel.
Likes to feel the schnitzels.
Alright, Asiya, we're down here, Jonah.
Okay.
You're down here.
Asiya.
You guys chose Shema. Let's do Shema.
That's all up there. You already have
Open up your book
190.
to page
144.
144. Oh, Kedem. 144 is Kedem.
Can you add it up, please?
144, Jonah. Oh, you want to add it up your way. Alright.
9.
Alright.
You really need
His
to
eyebrows are playing over there.
special services.
Alright.
9.
So look at page 144. Yichud Kriyat Shema. What does this Yichud do? Says the Ariya Kadosh in Shara Kavanah. It fixes all the times you messed up on Shema.
What is this? It's the Yehud.
Letaken pegam ot yud havaya. To fix the yud that I messed up in Hashem's name. I didn't reveal what I was supposed to reveal as a Jew. By the way, I had a chidush. I couldn't be wrong. If I'm wrong, erase. Whoever is afraid to wear a kippah outside is pogem be'od yud, in my opinion. A Jew shouldn't be afraid to wear a kippah. You could be in Harlem, you could be in Queens, you could be this. You must wear a kippah on you. This is your letter yud.
Whatever, where you stay.
Huh?
Doesn't matter where you stay.
I don't care. Listen, I never take off my kippah in my life.
But
One time I did when I was in college.
Big mistake.
Big mistake. I'm still doing ta'aniyot for that. I'm still fasting for that. Yeah.
What if you do Hilula Hashem? You must take off the kippah, no?
Why you gotta do
When you're gonna be a dayan and a posek, then paskin Allah.
No, if you drive and you can do Hilula Hashem, you don't take off your kippah?
Every time I drive, I
No,
think
maybe
about you.
you're gonna say,
Ma kesher.
If you do
Wear your kippah, you're not gonna do a Hilula Hashem. How's that? Ah.
Put your hoodie on.
Like those guys get arrested, they're hiding their faces over there. Don't get arrested. What are you getting arrested for? Right? Leave the kippah on. Just make sure don't cut anybody off.
Just press the brakes.
Exactly. Be only Moshe Rabbeinu's cousin can say that. So how do we fix the yud? I gotta reach the yud. So first of all, God's name is made out of yud k vav k. The last letter is the letter Hey. That letter A represents God's malchut. God's malchut represents female power. Female power knows how to ask. I want something. I need. It's called mayin nukvin. Right?
Female
When a
water.
man and a woman is together, lahavdil.
Female water.
The woman, she gives. Her power goes up. The man's power goes down. Right? The earth grows from the bottom up. The man, which is the heaven, brings the power from the top down. The bottom up is called mayin nukvin.
Female water.
Man. Negative energy.
Man.
From bottom up, or choser. Male power is from the top down. Rain, mad, mayin dechurim. When they meet, that's called a zivug. But to be me'orer the zivug, the hey has to ask first. The woman has to say, the female has to say, give me. We're the female compared to Hashem. So we ask Hashem, give me. If you don't ask, you're not gonna get. Yes, He reads your mind, but He's not gonna give you if you don't ask. Okay? You must ask. You have to be specific when you ask. You want something? Be specific. Alright? So the letter Hey, which is God's revelation, it's got Malchus, the negative power of the revelation of God, it asks for the Shefa. How does she ask for the Shefa? By going up to the letter Vav. What did we call the letter Vav before? The Yesod. So when the Malchut combines with the Yesod, it awakens an even bigger man. An even bigger power to ask. It goes higher to the letters Yud K, which is Chokhmah and Binah. Abba and Ima. So the Shefa comes from an even higher source, Gabriel. That causes such a big awakening in the world that it reveals 4 letters. Yud, Yud, Aleph, Yud, which is going to be 10, 20, 30, 31, Gematria, Kel. Kel is the name of God of Chesed. Kel. If you're going to have this kavanah before you say Shema Yisrael every day, you're going to...
No, the whole...
First, hey.
Hold on.
The hey wants to go higher. You have to always ask to go higher in Avodat Hashem Avrav. Don't stay stagnant. I want to go higher. Hey, ask the letter Vav. Give me. Vav says yes. Now Vav and Hey are together. It awakens an even bigger power to connect. The Yud and the Hey then come together of God's name. You're fixing Amalek's sin. Because Amalek's sin, that's what they were programming.
So when you say Shema,
That causes such a big zivug connection, that it reveals the letters Yud, Yud, Aleph, Yud, which is the name Kel. And you're bringing a huge chesed down to your neshama, to your whole shorish.
So when do you say it? Before you say
You
it?
gotta think it.
Wait, what do you think?
Right before you say Shema Yisrael.
No, when you say
Right
Shema
before you say Shema Yisrael.
the word Shema Yisrael?
Yeah.
Every
Before
time.
the whole thing.
Yud,
Before, no?
Yud, Vav, and then Yud.
No, it's not.
that's
April.
When you
No.
say Shema Yisrael,
Hey, so before you start Shema, like this, you gotta go. Habucher b'moisa ba'ava. If you're by Ashkenazi, they all say Amen. Sorry, I didn't know say Amen. So you get ba'ava.
right?
Letaken pegam ot yud in your head.
Oh, so
Letaken
before the Shema.
Listen, no!
letaken pegam ot yud, to fix the pegam ot yud that I messed up, which is your machshava, which is olam ha'atzilut. Hey, the hey goes up to the letter vav, connects with it, goes up to the letters yud k. All together, it's yud yud aleph yud, the kel, to bring down the chesed to all the olam. That's it. I just did it in 10 seconds. Boom.
How you
One more
spell
time.
Kel?
So before now, this yichud, how many times you could do it a day?
3 words.
3 times.
How 3?
Because you
Yeah,
say
one
Shema
in the
3
morning,
times.
yeah.
Twice.
One or more. When in the morning?
Twice in the morning.
That
The
first one.
Shema?
No, before the
Korbanot.
Korbanot.
Don't skip the korbanot,
So
guys.
4 times then.
Oh,
Shema at night also.
4, yeah, that's
Crazy.
great.
How did you get 4?
2 in the morning,
Yeah.
Arvit, and at night, and Tefilah Mitah.
That's smart, yeah, that's
I
smart.
stand corrected 4 times. Kol hakavod. You get a plus, Michael. Michael, you get a plus.
It's the Makash. It's the Makash. You flip
That's the
the
makash
shit.
code.
It's the Makash.
It's the mekash.
That's the yichud of Shema. Right, guys? By the way, this kel is the kel of Elul. Elul, the Aleph Lamed of Elul comes from the ship. That's where it gets its chesed. Okay, we're gonna end over here. I don't usually talk this much.
Yeah, you pass our
I
time.
passed my regular time, huh?
Today was fire, man.
But I think we left the shear with something.
That was a good one.
For real.
How you spell the word? What's the last word? What's it called?
Elul,
Kel,
No,
Kel,
before that.
Kel.
kel,
Yeah, I spell.
kel, Aleph Lamed. Share Ora, please let's stay. We're starting Sfirat
You
HaMalchut.
say, oh, you can't say it.